Yo, 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 yo. Check. Yo, the Mandam Internet Drillers. We are wait 1 second. We are live. We're doing it. Oh my gosh. We're doing a live fight night fight night wait, what? We're doing a live fight night predictions. I'm trying to change my thumbnail. We're doing a live fight night prediction to Burns Morales. I think it's a real solid card. Believe it or not. Okay, it's loading. Okay, it's loading. It's still loading. Okay, it's still loading. All right. How is it still loading? Okay. All right. Live UFC Fight Night predictions. Whoever stops by. Make sure you like and sub. All right. So, I'm doing a live prediction because honestly, I don't even want to like. Also, shout out to MMA Che, by the way. I was just watching a MMA Che stream, and he had my video up. I don't think he was watching it, but he had my video like up. I guess it was in the algorithm or something. Shout out to MMA Che. I look up to him. He's a very, very big inspiration of mine. But we'll start with Tisha Pennington versus Luana Pinheiro. Oh, I got a shit. Okay, Tisha Pennington. What's her name? Tisha Pennington is shit, and she's coming off of a win against Carlo Esparza. Anyways, and then Luana Pinheiro is also coming off of a loss to Juliana. What are these names? I don't know. I'm going with Tisha Pennington via really, really boring decision. Hyung Sung Park versus Carlos Hernandez. This is okay. This is decent, I guess. Hyung Sung Park, man, this guy, I swear he just made my chicken fried rice last week. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's actually on a 2-fight winning streak, to be fair. He's on a KO. He's on a 2-fight finishing streak, actually, which is pretty cool. Carlos Hernandez is coming off of is he coming off of a win? I want to say he's coming off of a loss. He's coming off of a loss. No, he's coming off of a win too. I picked him to lose this. I remember I picked him to lose this fight. I specifically remember picking him to lose for some reason. But look, he's like a journeyman. He's like a bit of a journeyman. Like, win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win. Like, yeah, he's a bit of a journeyman. I guess I'll pick. I'll pick Hyung Sung Park. I'll say Hyung Sung Park by a first round sub or first round KO. He's pretty good on the feet, good on the ground. Carlos Hernandez is hittable. He's tough, but he's hittable, and he just has a funny face. I don't know. Oh, a lot of women's fights. I the title of this stream is a decent Apex or a good Apex card, but now I'm looking at it. Yikes. Elise Reed versus Denise Gomez. The one that looks like a man is gonna win. So Denise Gomez. Luana Santos versus Tainara fucking hell. I'll go with Luana Santos. Better ground game, I guess. I don't know. All right. Yadier Del Val versus Connor Matthews. Yadier Del Val, this is his debut. He's 8-0. He's all right. He's pretty solid, I guess. Connor Matthews. Oh, my fucking nose. I have like cocaine in my. Anyways, Connor Matthews. Oof. 7-3. Coming off of a loss. Oh, he's coming off he's on a 2-fight losing streak, eh? I'll go with Yadier Del Val, I guess. Connor Matthews is kind of mid. Poor guy, huh? Hey, that's Connor Matthews. All right, this is a pretty good fight. Jared Gordon versus Thiago Moises. Pretty solid fight. Dude, Thiago Moises, he's a marauder, ladies and gentlemen. People forget, man. Thiago Moises, he beat Trey Ogden, boys. He's actually okay. He's actually pretty good. I mean, like, beat Trey Ogden, lost to Ludovic Klein, beat Ramirez, lost to Benoit Saint-Denis, beat Malikos Alcasta. That's aged pretty well, to be fair. Beat Giagos, lost to Joel Alvarez, lost to Islam Makhachev, beat Alexander Hernandez. Is that his name? Aaron Hernandez? No, that's the football player that killed his. Anyways, beat Bobby Green. Dude, he's a decision merchant, though. Wait, did he beat Ismagulov? I think he beat Ismagulov. Dude, I remember. You guys remember Damir Ismagulov, man? That was my guy. Damir Ismagulov. People forget Damir Ismagulov was supposed to be a champion. He was supposed to be a champion. But, anyways, what am I saying? Let me close this, by the way. I feel like it's, okay. Jared Gordon versus Thiago Moises. This is tricky. I feel like Jared Gordon is good. He's good. He's skilled. Is he good, though? I mean, is he good? Let's look at his record a little bit. Right, because he beat... I have the stream up on my phone, and I just got an ad for my own stream. Fuck this shit. Hack Paras, right? I thought he beat Hack Paras. There was a split. I thought he beat Hack Paras. You know? Madsen, I thought he beat. Bobby Green, that was a no contest. I don't know why it says could not continue. That was like a DQ, wasn't it? The UFC are so inconsistent, right? Because sometimes, like, if you elbow someone to the back of the head, they'll say, "Oh, it was a no contest," but then sometimes they'll say it's a DQ. He's solid, I guess. I mean, what do you want me to say about Jared Gordon? You know, he's solid, but I thought he beat Hack Paras like pretty comfortably. I thought he beat Hack Paras. You know, this is a pretty good name for him, to be fair. Like, it's a pretty decent name. Like, if he beats Thiago Moises, it's not like, whoa, he's gonna get a ranked name. But I'm saying, like, it's a pretty decent, like, here's Thiago Moises. They could have given him, like, some unranked bum, or they could have given him, like, a Esteban Ribovic who could have just fucked him up on the feet. It's, like, pretty decently winnable for Jared Gordon. I guess I like Jared Gordon. I feel like he's tough. He has a good chin. He goes forward. His jab is all right. His hooks are okay. But he fights like an old white guy from New York, because he is an old white guy from New York. I'm gonna go with Thiago Moises, though. I'm gonna go with Thiago Moises. I'm surprised he's not a big favorite. I'm gonna go Thiago Moises. I think can he finish him? Yes. I don't think he's gonna finish him, but he can finish him. I think Thiago Moises is just gonna beat him. He's just gonna outmuscle him, outpace him. Okay, I was just making sure my audio is good. Outpace him, out-hustle him. And, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. I got Thiago Moises. I like Jared Gordon. I'm going to be rooting for him. I think he's cool. You know, I think he's, like, a cool fighter, I guess. He's a crafty vet, as Lucas would say. But Gabe Green versus Mateus Camillo. So I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be Gabe Green versus... Did I say Gabe Green versus somebody else, but I'm pretty sure this is a replacement. So Gabe Green. What's this kid's name? Gabe Green. Oh my God, the guy is built like he's on every steroid imaginable. He lost to Brian Battle back in 2023. Man, I'm going Mateus Camillo. Bro, if your last fight was in 2023. Anyways. Now, this main card is unironically, like, pretty good. Like, that's why I did this. That's why I titled this a good Apex card. Because, like, not even trolling, this is a pretty good main card. Julian Erosa versus Malikos Alcasta. Oof. I guess I'll go with Malikos Alcasta, you know. Julian Erosa's looked all right, though. He's the underdog. He's looked all right recently. He destroyed Darren Elkins. He beat Christian Rodriguez. He beat Ramos. So he's actually on a 3-fight winning streak. Costa easy in my opinion. You got Malik Rosel Costa. I mean, Julian Erosa's looked alright, to be fair. 2 submissions and a KO in his last fight. But, like, he's also a bit of a journeyman. Like, how the fuck did he beat Christian Rodriguez? You know what? But then again, Christian Rodriguez just lost, so. They both beat Christian Rodriguez, Malik Rosel and Julian Erosa. I think I'll go with Malik Rosel Costa. I mean, he's coming off of a win to Christian Rodriguez. His strikes looked really good. His kicks looked really good. His low kicks. He's got pretty good clinch work. He's pretty strong as well. You know, I think he's gonna beat this guy. He's on a 3-fight winning streak as well, to be fair. So he's on a decent little run. 2 subs and a good decision over C-Rod. I'll go with Malik Rosel Costa. I do think Julian Erosa is dangerous on the feet, but Malik Rosel has better kicks. I think he's a little bit more dynamic, and I think he's good enough on the ground to win. Dustin Stoltzfus versus Nursultan Ruzaboyev. Ruzaboyev is pretty decent. Let's look at Stoltzfus first. He beat Marc-Andre Barriault. He lost to Bruno Ferreira. He beat Soriano. He lost to Magomedov. He lost. He's just kind of like, he beats these like other bums, but then when he faces someone decent like GM3 the Go or like Abus, Abus KO'd him, I think. Bruno Ferreira KO'd him. Yeah, shit. He's kind of Ruzaboyev by brutal KO. Yeah, I mean, I got Ruzaboyev. Let's look at Ruzaboyev. He's coming off of a KO, second round. He lost to Joaquin Buckley, which is not like aged bad, to be fair, because Joaquin Buckley's gone on a really crazy run. He beat Boot Gang, a.k.a. Playboy Cardi, a.k.a. Lil Wayne, a.k.a. Cedric Dumas. He beat him via first-round KO, and then he got another first-round KO over Bruno Ferreira. That's aged really well, too. He knocked out Bruno Ferreira in the first round. Wow. I don't even remember that. I'm going to be honest. Maybe I'm a casual. I don't even remember that fight. Wow, you know what? I'll go Ruzaboyev by first round KO. I mean, this guy, he's got great power. I mean, for Buckley to beat him like that, that one is aged really well for Buckley, to be fair. Because, like, look at what he's done since. So, first round KO for Ruzaboyev. I could see just a big 2 or a big hook, a big meaty hook, something like that, you know. I think he's really good. He's good at pressuring. He's good at finding the finish. He himself has a decent chin. I mean, Buckley dropped him a couple of times and he stood in there. Or I don't know if he dropped him, but he hurt him a couple of times at least. Sadiq Youssef versus Myron Santos. Now, Myron Santos' last fight was a bit of a fraudulent performance by him. I actually picked Francis Marshall to win, by the way, guys. So I was a genius, even though he didn't get the decision, but it was a robbery. Seriously, though. Sadiq Youssef, I forgot, this is his lightweight debut, so he's moved up a weight class. This is interesting. Sadiq Youssef is coming off of, I believe, that Diego Lopez fight last year. Yep. Before that, he lost to Edson Barboza. Then he beat Shanice and Alex Caceres and lost to Arnold Allen. So he kind of he can't really get the wins over the that next level of comp. But maybe, who knows, maybe he was really drained and compromised. I think I'm still going to go Myron Santos. I mean, oh my God. Let's look. What the fuck? Oh my God. Let's look at Myron Santos. He's coming off of the win to Francis Marshall and then Con Offaly. I didn't like the way he looked against Francis Marshall at all, man. I just didn't like it. I thought it was a really kind of awful performance. Again, I picked Francis Marshall to win that, so But no, seriously, I thought it was a bad performance. He's good. He's good. I'm not gonna just judge him off that one performance because he still won the fight, even though it was a robbery. But he still won the fight. Sadiq Youssef, he's moving up a weight class, but I don't trust Sadiq Youssef. I trust Myron Santos more. He's younger, less miles, he's taking less damage, obviously. And he's going to be learning more. He's going to be adding new things. Whereas I think Sadiq Youssef, we've seen the best of Sadiq Youssef. This is the version of Sadiq Youssef we've seen is the best it's going to get. So I'll pick Myron Santos to win. Maybe via KO. I don't know. Maybe. Rodolfo Bellato versus Paul Craig. Paul Craig. This one's kind of tricky too, I guess. Paul Craig is a big underdog. Wow, he's a plus 390 underdog, boys. Rodolfo Bellato is not really good, isn't he? You know, he had a war with Jimmy Crute. You know what I mean? Like, Jimmy Crute is shit, and then he beat Ihor Potieria, but it's like, wait, he had a draw with... I didn't know he had a draw with Jimmy Crute. Damn, dude, look at this guy's head, man. Pause. That sounds like gay. Like, look at his head. Bellato being minus 520 doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, he's too big of a favorite. Why is he such a Rodolfo Bellato? Look at his head. He looks like a fucking Disney character, man. Damn, this guy's the goofiest guy I've ever seen. Looking guy I've ever seen. Wow, this is tricky. I might go Rodolfo Bellato, you know. No, I'm kidding. I might go Paul Craig. Let's see Paul Craig. Paul Craig. It's Paul Craig with Kraken. All right, to be fair to Paul Craig, look at his last 3 opponents. Bo Nickel, okay, that hasn't aged that well. But, like, it was a close fight. Crap Fight Night should have been on UFC 315. I ain't watching this shit. Well, Kim, so, you know, Dana is a clown. I do wish that they just scrapped this whole card and then just threw some of these fights on the pay-per-views. I agree with that. Because, like, to me, it's like, dude, Paul Craig versus Rodolfo could have been, like, you know, the opening of a prelim for... I don't know, fucking early prelim main event of UFC 316. I don't know, who cares? Islam versus Topuria. JDM will beat Islam. JDM will beat Islam. Yeah, wait, what am I talking? Yeah, I said JDM will beat Islam. I agree. Yeah, JDM will beat Islam. I think he's going to late rounds finish him. I know we're talking about something else here. It's okay, guys. I think he's gonna late rounds finish him. I think he's gonna be too strong for Islam. I think Islam is going to not be able to impose his will. I think the submission threat is always going to be there. Like, I noticed a point when JDM got up from a takedown against Bilal, and I'm like, dude, if Bilal had any submission threat, if Bilal was Islam, he could have tried to go for a Darce. You know what I mean? I believe it's a Darce choke, or is it an Americana? A Darce choke. You know, it was when JDM was like kind of getting up and his back was facing the sky. You know what I mean? His stomach facing the mat. And I'm like, dude, Bilal, like, if he had any submission threat, could have got a Darce right there. But at the same time, you know, JDM's getting better. He's working with Paul Craig. He's gonna work with Volk as well, who had a razor close fight with Islam the first time. So I got JDM. Let's stop acting like Bilal's world class. He was champ, unlike me. Bilal's world class. I feel like Bilal. I mean, I like Bilal. I actually think he's like overhated a little bit. Like as a personality, as a fighter, I get why he's hated, but as like a personality, I think he's kind of cool. He's funny. He's not cool, but he's funny. Like he's like, I don't know. Anyways, he seems like a funny guy. Wait, JDM works with Paul Craig or Craig Jones? Did I say Paul Craig? Well, he's right in front of me. I meant Craig Jones. Yeah, if JDM was working with Paul Craig, yeesh, brother. No, Craig. I meant Craig Jones. Craig Jones, the GOAT. Islam versus Topuria. We're not getting that fight. I might do a video later. Should I do a video on when Topuria and Islam that they were tweeting back and forth? I might do a video on that. I thought that was kind of funny. Topuria was like, you ran from me, something. Then Islam was like, I don't know. Islam was like, I cleared my division, you didn't, blah, blah, blah. It was so stupid. I might do a video on that. But anyways, I think I'm going to pick Paul Craig. Fuck it. Who cares? I'm going to pick Paul Craig via fucking submission. Who cares at this point? He's a bit chinny, but he's back up a weight class, so maybe his chin will be okay. I don't know, bro. What do you guys want me to say? It's Paul Craig, Rodolfo Bellato, right? Watch this be like a war or something. Watch this be like a back and forth, like fight of the year. No, it's going to be shit. Watch. Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales, main event. Okay. The obvious pick here is Michael Morales, but why do I have a feeling Gilbert Burns might fraud check this guy? Why do I have a feeling Gilbert Burns might fraud check might fraud check him? Why? Why do I have a feeling? He's looking in good shape. All right. He's coming off of a win. No, he's coming off of a loss. No, he's coming off of 3 losses. Oh, yeesh. Yeah, I might. Yeah, never mind. I think I'm gonna. Yep, fraud check my ass. Look, he's coming off of a Sean Brady loss, which, like, to be fair, his last 3 opponents are kind of like elite, though. Like, to be fair to Gilbert, well, not elite. I mean, Bilal Muhammad's right there, but his last 3 opponents are fucking Sean Brady, who he actually hung in there with, to be fair. He didn't get subbed by or anything, to be fair, compared to Leon Edwards, who, like, instantly gets subbed by Sean Brady within, like, 2 rounds. JDM KO'd him, but he was winning the first 2 rounds, even though he was getting pieced up on the feet. And then Bilal remembered the decision. Muhammad, he did have a broken arm in that fight. Okay. Jorge Masvidal, he beat. I have to throw up. Wait. Jorge Masvidal, he beat. Why do I have a feeling, by the way? I think Conor McGregor is coming back. Oh, I have a weird feeling. I feel like I just thought of this. Have you guys seen, like, Conor McGregor is doing, like, he keeps posting training footage, and then he posted on his Instagram story, like, UFC, it's time, or something, some shit like that. Call me UFC, it's time, some shit. I'm like, I don't know. Why do I have a feeling? What if the UFC just, like, come out of nowhere? What's up, guys? We have the co-main event of UFC 320 in Chicago, or 319 in Chicago. The co-main event, Jorge Masvidal versus Conor McGregor. Can you guys imagine? They just announced old man Masvidal versus old man McGregor. Why can I see that for some reason? Anyways, I don't even think Conor's ever coming back, but yeah. I don't think Morales is this invincible prospect, though. Still beats Burns. Yeah, I seen like people say, like, oh, why doesn't Michael Morales get as much love as, like, the other contenders coming up, like Pratis? But I'm like, but he's also, like, not super exciting. Like, he is, but, like, it's not like he's on a crazy finishing streak, though. I mean, if you look at it, he KO'd Neil Magny, cool. Like, I can KO Neil Magny. No, I'm kidding. He's a fighter. He's a professional fighter, guys. I know. Jake Matthews, he beat via decision. You know what I mean? Like, Griffin, he beat via decision. Adam Fugi, he beat via 3rd round KO. And then Trevin Giles, he beat via 1st round KO. So it's like KO, 3 decisions in a row. No, 2 decisions in a row, excuse me. And then he beats Neil Magny via KO. It's like not the craziest surge. It's not like Pratis where he's like on a 4 or 5 fight 1st round KO. You know what I mean? It's not like a crazy thing. 5 rounder. Is it his first 5 rounder as well? It might be his first 5 rounder. Well, the Neil Magny fight was supposed to be 5 rounds, I think, because it wasn't that a fight night main event. But he KO'd Neil Magny, obviously. 5 rounder. Burns has been in 5 rounders. He has decent cardio. He does look in good shape, to be fair. But I think Michael Morales is gonna beat him. I think unfortunately, though, I think it's gonna be one of those where it's like, I could see it being kind of like Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy. A little bit more exciting than that. But I could see it being like Unk still got something in the tank, kind of a performance from Gilbert, where he's going to land like a couple of shots maybe, or he's going to get like a close submission thing or something. He's going to have moments, but I think Morales is going to just win majority of the rounds. The majority of the rounds can be a 49-46 decision. Yeah, I could see it being like a decently close decision, or I could see Morales like getting it, but I don't see it being like a super dominant performance, or I don't see him KOing Gilbert. I don't see him submitting Gilbert, nothing like that. I see it being like he won, and he clearly won, but it may not make people think of him as a future champion. You know, people might not be like, oh, you know, it's gonna be like a decent performance from. Oh my god, I just hit my entire mic. Sorry for that. It's gonna be a decent performance from Michael Morales, but yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's about it. That's about it. So overall, is it a good card? That's an interesting question. Is it a good card? Um, I titled it that it's a good card. Now I'm looking at it, it's not really that good. It's okay. Like it's a decent Apex card for. It's decent, but like, I don't know. I agree with what Kim So said. I would have just scrapped like this entire card. This is me personally. I'd scrap this whole card. And I would just put these guys on pay-per-views or other fight nights with crowds, like crowded arenas, Like you could have, dude, imagine if Burns Morales was on 315, or you could have saved it for the main card of 316 with O'Malley and because now 316 is like, it's actually better now because we're getting Patchy Mix versus Mario Batista instead of Cheeto versus Mario. So it actually unironically saves the card. Like, not even kidding. Not saves it, because I thought it was a good card before, but it like helps the card. Paul Craig Bellato could have been like an opener of like a fight night Kansas City, Myron Santos Sadiq Yusuf could have been a early prelim fight or like a prelim fight. Ruzaboyev Stoltzfus could have been a prelim fight of like a pay-per-view as well. Julian Erosa Malikos Alcasta could have been like the main event of like an early prelim or a prelim opener of a pay-per-view or like a second card up on the fight night, something like that, But no, we have to watch all these really good guys fight in the Apex, so it is what it is. We need to get rid of the Apex for sure. I don't know how we're still in the I don't know how they I don't know. I don't know how we still do Apex events, It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. How many do we have coming up? Let me see. How many do we have coming up? Oh my God, boys. Look what's next. Look what's next, boys. Blanchfield versus Barber. I didn't think that was until next month. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? The battle of the big four-headed white girls. Damn, Barber's got a big-ass forehead. She looks funny. She has like a really like weird face. Blanchfield kind of anyway, so we will all be watching Blanchfield versus Barber. Yeah. No. No, but like, okay, let's look at this card cuz I'm not going to do a prediction for this next week, but let's actually look at it. You know what? The main event, Aaron Blanchfield versus Macy Barber, the fight that nobody wants to watch. The fight that nobody wants to see, and it's the main event of a freaking fight night. The co-main event, Mateusz Gamrot, number 7 ranked lightweight versus one of the hottest prospects in the UFC, Ludovit Klein, is on the co-main event of an Aaron Blanchfield fight night. Not just an Aaron Blanchfield fight night, but in the fucking Apex. First of all, this could have been the main event. You should have made the main event Gamrot versus Ludovit Klein. That should have been the main event. At least, maybe I would watch this then. If it was Mateusz Gamrot Klein as the main event. You know what? Maybe I'll just watch this fight and then turn it off instantly. Once it's done, I mean. That's crazy, man. Mateusz Gamrot versus Ludovit Klein in the co-main event of an Apex fight night. You could have put this on like 315, 316, 317. It would have helped these cards. It's not like a crazy big fight, but it's a decent fight. It's a good prospect versus I like Gamrot. I know people say he's boring, but he does have decent fights sometimes. He has fun fights. Billy Ray Goff versus I swear this guy just made me chicken fried rice last week. I swear I just ordered chicken fried rice from this guy's store. I swear. He said, "You want egg roll with that or what?" I swear. Let me stop. Billy Ray Goff versus. Let me chill. Billy Ray Goff. Billy Ray. Was his name always Billy Ray Goff? Wasn't it just Billy Goff? Waters. That was a good fight with Waters. What's his first name? Something Waters. That was a good fight. That was actually a great fight. I remember that fight. Billy Goff versus Egg Roll or what? versus Egwall or Weiss. I'm gonna go Billy Ray Goff, I guess. Why am I predicting this card? I'm not even no, I'm not even gonna predict. I'll predict it next week, but I am gonna go Billy Ray in that one. Okay, decent. Dustin Jacoby. I won't be watching Blanchfield throwing punches in the air and yelling at the same time at 9 in the morning. Hey, can you, like, why do women's fighters, like, why? I notice all women's fighters, they do this thing where when they punch, yeah, they yell, like, yeah. You know, when like someone does karate, they go like, hey, yeah. Women's fighters always make sounds when they punch or kick in the UFC. I noticed that. They're so shit, though. I'm sorry. Not all of them, of course, but some of them are so shit. They think it's tennis or some shit, bro. It's weird. I noticed that. A lot of them always make sounds when they throw punches or kicks. Yeah. Like, you don't really see guys, male fighters don't do that. I don't hear Ilya Topuria going like, after every punch. You know what I mean? I don't hear Ilya do that. Or maybe Yuri does. I don't know. But seriously, it's weird. Really odd. But yeah, Erin Blanchfield, she's just gonna throw punches with her chin up in the air. Then like Barbara's gonna like clinch. Then they're gonna clinch, and then they're gonna stay in the clinch for a couple of minutes. Then it's gonna get separated. You know, then they're going to just fight at range a little bit. Then Blanchfield's going to come in with a blitz again. Maybe Barber's going to land like a good right hand, but it doesn't do any damage because women's fighters can't do any physical damage with their punches. You know, you guys know how this fight's going to go. It's pretty typical WMMA, guys. So, anyways, Andreas Gustafsson versus Jeremiah Wells. Ketlin Vieira versus Macy Chasson. Ketlin Vieira. Who's Ketlin Vieira? She's number 3 ranked. Didn't she just lose to Kayla Harrison? Yeah. Is she Mexican or Brazilian? I think she's Brazilian. Yeah. Why do Brazilians look so Mexican? Or like just Spanish? What the Oban Elliott, Ramiz Brahimaj is on the fucking bottom of the prelims. This is a good fight, guys. What the hell? I think I spoke about this in a video, didn't I? Yeah, like what? Ramiz Brahimaj is coming off of a great first-round KO against Mickey Gall. He's coming off of 2 decision wins. No, he's coming off of a decision, a submission. Then he lost to McGee. But then, I mean, he's kind of like, he's lost 2, but he's won like 4 or 5. He's a pretty decent prospect, you know. Oban Elliott. I love Oban Elliott. The Welsh gangster. Oban Elliott, though. They put my boy Oban Elliott. Look how sad he looks. They put my boy Oban Elliott in the fucking apex on the bottom of the prelims against a dangerous prospect too, man. What the fuck, man? He beat Val Woodburn, he beat Parsons, and then he KO'd Hafez. I know he's not on like a crazy streak, but he's on a 3-fight winning streak, and he's coming off of a KO. He fought on the last pay-per-view, or like a couple pay-per-views ago. What pay-per-view was it? UFC November? Was that the Jones card? He fought on 309. I think that was the Jones card. He fought on the John Jones prelims, and then now they say, hey, put him in the Apex. Kurt Holobar versus Jordan Levitt. The GOAT, Jordan Levitt is back, boys. The GOAT is back. Jordan Levitt. Markel Medeiros versus Balaji Oki. And then Ryan Dos Santos versus Alice Ardalan. Alice Ardalan. Okay, anyways. And she's facing Ryan Dos Santos. Eesh. Okay, that's it. That's about it, guys. I don't know. Fucking shitty ass cards, man. Fucking this card's shit. I mean, this card's like shit. I mean, it's got like the main card's like decent. Like it's decent. Watching your concert from Georgia, bro. Much respect. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Georgia. You know, shout out to Merab Davalishvili, you know. Our boy Merab from Georgia, the Georgian Prince Merab. I think Ilya is from Georgia too, technically, right? You know, I'm Georgian as well, so. Well, I'm not, but I claim I am. No, I never claimed I am. I'm kidding. Shout out to you, man. I have a lot of like non-American viewers for some reason. Like most of my viewers are like from the UK, Australia, Georgia now, so that's pretty cool. And we could look at 316, I guess. Well, actually, let me see. 316. Then you have Usman Buckley's good. Actually, I will say this. Maybe Dvalishvili O'Malley is not great, even though I am. Let's go Merab. I mean, I like O'Malley too, though. I don't really care who wins. But Merab has got a better personality, so I kind of want him to win over O'Malley. Fuck it. But Dvalishvili O'Malley. Then we got Usman Buckley. Then we got Hill versus Roundtree. Then we got Topuria versus Oliveira. Then we have Holloway versus Poirier. Then we have Whittaker the Ritter. That's a pretty... Then we have DDP Hamzat. And then, yeah. To be fair, I can't slander the UFC anymore. To be fair. Not for the next couple of months. That's a pretty insane lineup of main events. I know they're going to throw like a shitty Apex main event in between one of these. I guarantee you. Like, let me see. June 7th, June 14th, June 21st, June 28th, June 19th. No, July 19th. So they're going to probably put like an Apex in between Holloway, Poirier, and Topuria Oliveira. Watch. Early prediction for DDP Hamzat. Dricus du Plessis. I think Dricus du Plessis wins that via maybe a decision or a very, very late round sort of TKO. Maybe a decision though. I think Chimaev is like tremendous, but the thing I think that Dricus could have him beat is just more 5-round experience, better 5-round cardio. The thing is, can he make it out of the first round? I think he will make it out of the first round. I think he will be strong enough to make it out of the first round. And I think he will go into round 2 with more confidence because of the fact that he made it out of the first round. Whereas Hamzat, he might go into round 2 a little bit more like, oh shit, I wanted to get him out of there in the first. Damn, now we're in the second, and he might be a bit more tired. I don't know. It's so interesting. It's one of those where if you pick Chimaev and DDP wins, it's like, of course. And then if you pick DDP and Chimaev wins, and it's like, it's one of those where it's the most 50-50 fight I think in the UFC right now. Except for like Ilya Islam, but that fight's never happening. So, and Jones, I don't think Jones Aspinall is 50-50. I think Aspinall's going to KO Jones in the first, but. Maybe I'm biased because I really don't like John Jones, so I'm probably just biased. Let's look at 316 real quick. They haven't officially announced Patchy Mix versus Mario Batista yet. It still says Marlon Vera, but he's out. So Joe Pyfer. Actually, to be fair to this card, it's a good main card. But again, like there's some of these Apex fights where I'm like, you could have just threw this on 316. You could have threw Gamrot Ludwig Klein. And dude, instead of us having to watch Vicente Luque wash Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland, he's not washed. He's coming off of a KO, I know, but we have to watch Luque potentially lose to Kevin fucking Holland, who's getting a... Kevin Holland, by the way, is getting a ranked opponent coming off of one win at welterweight, and it's against Gunnar Nelson. I hate the amount of privilege that Kevin Holland has given just because I know he's active and he's saved a lot of cards. I will give him credit. He's very active and he has really stepped up for the UFC, and I think they value that and respect him for that, and I respect him for that, of course. Like he's cool for that, but like, come on. He gets a ranked name off of one welterweight win, but Oban Elliott has to fight in the fucking Apex. It's crazy, bro. Joshua Van Bruno Silva, crazy good fight. It's not a crazy good fight, but it's a good fight. Bruno Silva's going to get pieced up. Walker or Mirzakhanov, Mirzakhanov, I think is not happening anymore, right? Arion De Silva versus Arion De Silva. Interesting. She got 10 losses. Wow. She has a big forehead. Versus Wang Kong. Look at this young man. This Chinese young man, Wang Kong. Dude, Wang Kong had so much aura, and then she like got subbed in her last fight, or like 2 fights ago. Isn't that crazy? Wang Kong was undefeated going into the UFC, gets subbed by some random freaking boy-looking Brazilian, and then just like then she has a boring fight with Bruna Brazil. Shout out Bruna Brazil, by the way. And yeah, fucking shit in my nose. Jeka Sarah, is he like the only Indonesian fighter? I've never seen an Indonesian fighter before, I swear. Ju Sang Yu. Quillen Salkild versus Yano Ashmuz. Yanal Ashmuz. We got to get this guy against Bilal Muhammad. If you know, you know, boys. If you know, you know. Let's go Quillen Salkild, though. He's coming off of a win against Ansho Jabli. The Redeemer. Why did you rename it? He's coming off of a win against Ansho. Red Fox? Is that his nickname? Red Fox? Red Fox, Ashmuz. Yeah. More like a red nose. No, that doesn't even make sense. Kevin, yeah, overall I actually am unironically like looking forward. I wouldn't say I'm excited, but I'm like looking forward to Pena Harrison. And the main event, of course, I'm looking forward to, even though I wish it was something else, but I wish we were getting O'Malley Peter Yan first, but it's okay. Let's look at Usman Buckley. This card's got like a couple of fights added recently. Usman versus Buck. Namajunas, Miranda Maverick. Chiesa versus Court McGee. Mansour Abdul Malik versus Cody Brundage. Teresa Boletta versus Jamie Lynn Horth. Edmund Shabazian, whatever his name is. Cody Durden versus Jose Ochoa. Alonzo Menifield versus Umar Sai. It's not really that good, to be honest. Not really that good at all. Miranda Maverick, Rose Namajunas. We don't give a fuck about Rose Namajunas in 2025, bro. We really don't care. I could not give less of a fuck about Rose Namajunas. I'm sorry. She's so awful to me. Michael Chiesa, Court McGee, could care less. Yeah, this is not a good card so far. We need another like solid fight. We need like a who could we get on this Atlanta card? I know Garbrandt has been added to this card. Maybe that's a decent name, like a Cody Garbrandt. I can't believe Jose Aldo retired off of the Amian Zahabi fight. That's his last ever opponent is Amian Zahabi. Isn't that what a disgrace, huh? The legend of the sport, one of the GOATs. And his last fight is Amian Zahabi. Hill versus Roundtree. Let's look at this card. I think this card's pretty good. Jamal Hill, Khalil Roundtree, Rafael Fiziev versus Ignacio Bahamondes. Like, look at this. Look at the fight nights they give us sometimes. But then it just goes. Then we get Nazim Sadiqov versus Nicholas Mota, Tagir Ulanbekov. Oof! Look at this guy's eyes. The Hills have eyes. The Hills have eyes. Versus oh shoot, Haraguchi. Oh yeah, I forgot Haraguchi's back in the UFC. Okay, I forgot this guy was back. His last fight was 2016. He's fucking my nose. He's been fighting at Ryzen. I promise I don't do drugs, guys. I don't know why my nose is so. His last UFC fight was 2016, and he was coming off of a win. He was on a 3-fight winning streak. What the hell? I forgot he was back in the UFC. Look at his head. He's got a big ass head. Haraguchi versus Tagir Ulanbekov. Ooh, this is a tricky fight actually. I think Haraguchi got this one, but it's tricky. Irina, geesh, look at this young man, sir. Look at this young man. Look at it. The most lesbian looking girl I've ever seen. Let me get a beer and some. I know she's Russian, by the way. She's not American, but the most lesbian looking human being I've ever seen. And she's facing Claudia Segula. Claudia. Okay. Melissa Mullins. She's English. Okay. Shout out to her. She's facing another Russian. Oh, look at this fat guy, Hamdi Abdullah Wahad. Look at this guy, bro. Look at this guy. This guy looks like he would scam you. Like, no, I'm not even trying to be fucked up. This guy looks like he would scam you. I swear. Hey, my friend, you wanna buy this? It's a real iPhone. I promise, my friend. Only for $100. It's real iPhone. And then he sells it to you, and then it doesn't even work anymore. He sells you the iPhone, and then it doesn't even work. This guy just looks like he'd scam you. He looks like I don't even know. He looks like he eats like seafood like every Saturday at like expensive restaurants. He just looks like a fat guy. He's a blob, I know. Undefeated as well. He's undefeated, boys. Undefeated. Give him Gaziev. Give him Gaziev, bro. Feed him to Gaziev, unironically. He beat Dontel Mays and then Poguis. One of these was a robbery. I think it was the... Dude, what the fuck? He fought in 2022, then he came back in 2025. What is this, man? Who is this guy? Who even is this guy? What the fuck? Who the fuck is this guy? Who is Blood? What is Blood doing here? Blood came out of nowhere. No, seriously, like who the fuck is this guy? He's facing Mohammed Usman. I thought Mo Usman retired. Didn't he retire? Or maybe I'm bro was scamming people for 3 years interval. I know, bro. That's how he was keeping his like, bro, he hasn't fought in 3 years. That's how he was keeping alive, I guess, just scamming. Mo Usman, he lost to Thomas Peterson. He lost to Mick Parkin. Oh boy, Mo Usman. He beat Jake Collier by decision. He beat Justin Tafa by decision. And then he got a second round KO in his first UFC fight. Dude, Mo Usman is like one of the worst. Bro spawned in the UFC. I know. Who was that guy? Like, Mo Usman is shit. Let's be honest. I don't even know who's going to win this. I guess Mo Usman, but Mo Usman is shit, bro. But who the fuck is Hamdi Abdullah? Who the fuck is that guy? Who is this guy? Like, he just, look at his face. Look at his fat face. Anyways, fuck this guy. Dude, Mo Usman is so shit. He's shit, too. He's coming off of a 2-fight losing streak against Thomas Peterson, boys. Thomas Peterson. Young Park, boys, yeah, the Iron Turtle versus Ishmael Neradiv. All my Iron Turtle enjoyers, rise for the Iron Turtle. Look at my goat. He beat Brad Tavares. Should have not been a split decision. It was a clear decision for Young Park. He lost to Andre Muniz via split. I don't remember who won this fight, to be fair. I gotta rewatch it, but He maybe they robbed him in that one. I don't know. He beat He beat is that Albert Duraev? He beat Marco Tululin. He beat Holmes. He beat dude, he's got like what the hell? What the hell? Okay, he lost to Gregory Rodriguez, but what the fuck? He has like 2 losses in the UFC? What the hell? He beat it doesn't say if he beat Marc Andre. Dang, bro. 1, 2, then he lost. Then he goes on 1, 2, 3, 4 fight winning streak. Then he lost. Now he's on a win. Dude, he's actually unironically pretty good. The Irons. Look at his face. Look at the Iron Turtle, man. Look at his aura, man. Ain't nobody get bitches like the Iron Turtle, man. This guy gets the baddest bitches. He got the flyest cars. He got the best outfits. He got the most skilled. Ain't nobody like the Iron Turtle, man. And then he's facing Ishmael Naradiev. Oh, I just saw another blob fight, by the way, right under this one. We're about to get to that. I just saw another blob fight. He beat Bruno Silva, blah, blah, blah. Who cares about this guy? I don't know. He might be good, actually. I don't remember. All right, boys. You ready for this one? Swag? I know. Look, bro, Ying Yang Park is like got so much aura. It's not even funny. Excuse me. This fight is finally happening. Curtis Blades versus Rizvan Kuniev. Why isn't this on a pay-per-view? I feel like this didn't need to be on this card. This could have been in a pay-per-view. Let's be honest. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. What the hell? What the fuck? The blob of the blobs. The blob of the century. The biggest blob in the history of blobs I've ever seen. Look at this guy. This guy has never seen he's never seen a treadmill in his life. He's never seen a salad bowl in his life. Holy shit, man. And this is his debut, by the way. And they've been rebooking this fight over and over and over again. They've rebooked this fight over and over again. Even though this guy literally popped for steroids on the regionals, by the way. And they've rebooked this fight with Curtis Blades over and over and over again. So many times. I don't understand. Curtis Blades is a top 5 ranked fighter. He should have just moved on. They should have just booked him versus Volkov or something. I know Blades is kind of shit, you know? Man, the future of heavyweight is so cooked. I know, man. This is who he got. Rizvan Kuniev. Rizvan Kuniev, boys. This is a potential future top contender. Rizvan Kuniev. One of the biggest human beings on the history of... Let's look at the big card right here. Topuria versus Oliveira, boys. Topuria versus Oliveira. I think this is a pretty good card. Main event: Ilia Topuria, Charles Oliveira. Charles is cooked. He's so cooked. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for you, Charles Oliveira enjoyers. I'm sorry to, MMA Che. I know he loves Charles, and who else loves Charles? I think Bedtime likes Charles. I'm sorry for all the Charles Oliveira fans out there on MMA YouTube, and but it's over. I actually think KKF can beat Pantoja. I think so. I think so too, but I think he has the power to, and he's decent. Like he's decent in terms of grappling. I trust Pantoja to win a little bit more, just because I just trust him a little bit more, and I think he's looked really good recently, to be fair. But then again, he does make it close sometimes. I mean, the Steve Erceg fight has not aged well, because to have practically a war with Steve Erceg, and then for Steve Erceg to then go on a 3-fight or 2-fight losing streak is, Kara France KO'd Steve Erceg as well. It's not, to be fair, I think he has a decent chance as well, a really good chance. A really good chance. He kind of looks like the Penguin, Kai Kara France. I think it's just his pointy nose. His nickname is Don't Blink. Don't Blink, Kai Kara France. What an awful nickname. That's the worst UFC nickname of all time. Don't Blink. Kai. Wait, do they say Don't Blink, Kai Kara France? Or do they say Kai, Don't Blink, Kara France? Which one is it? Because I feel like, or is it Kai Kara France, Don't Blink? Wait, no. They don't say it at the end. Or is it, whatever. Anyways, Kai Kara France, shout out to him. You love Kai Kara France? Yeah, he's an interesting guy, Interesting nose here. Nah, shout out to Kai Kara France. You know, he's pretty cool. He beat Amir Albazi, guys. He beat Amir Albazi. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. He beat Amir Albazi. He beat Amir Albazi. He beat Brandon. No, he didn't beat Brandon. He didn't beat Brandon Moreno. Is that Askar Askarov he beat? He KO'd Cody Garbrandt. Dude, he beat Amir Albazi. I remember being so angry when that fight happened. I was so angry, bro. That was a robbery. That was a robbery, man. Dude, Steve Erceg looks like that one actor. What's his name? What's that one actor's name? Is it Ben? Not Ben. Is it Ben Stiller? No, not Ben Stiller. The one that plays, the one that was in The Office. Fuck. I think it's like Michael something. He looks like that one actor. Shout out to Steve Erceg. Anyways, Amir Albazi did not win this fight. And it was a split. Oh my gosh. Awful. Awful, awful. Alexandre Pantoja, I worked so hard for these guys. I worked so hard. He beat Kai Asakura. Really, really great performance. He beat Erceg. Great fight, but, you know, a little bit of a robbery. No, it wasn't a robbery. I think he won. I mean, a little bit of a robbery. You know, he beat Royval. He beat Moreno. He beat Perez. He beat Royval again. Is he on like the best win, the most active win streak in the UFC? No, he lost to Askar Askarov. What? He lost to Askar Askarov in 2020. Then he beat Matt Schnell in 2019. Dude, poor Matt Schnell was never. He lost to Figueiredo. Now we're just getting to like the Obama administration level fights. Look at this. Let's see how far back we could go with Pantoja. He's been in the UFC for a while. So he beat Shelton Benjamin. Then he beat Siri. Then he lost to this guy. Then he beat Moreno. Then he beat Sasaki. Then he beat Reyes. Then he lost to Figueiredo. Then he beat Matt Schnell. Then he lost to Askar Askarov. Then he beat Manel Cap. Then he beat Royval, which by sub, which is pretty good. Then he beat Perez via sub. Then he beat Moreno via split decision. Then he beat Royval again. Then he beat Erceg. Then he beat Asakura. So he is on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does that say 7? I don't know. I can't count. But nonetheless, he already beat Manel Cap. So that fight is not as exciting. I think he already faced Kara France on the Dana White Contender Series, I want to say. Or is it tough? I think he faced him on the Ultimate Fighter and beat him already. So, but obviously they've both improved so much. So yeah, Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. Very, very interested. Very interesting that they rebooked this fight instead of doing like Dariush Rufi or Moicano versus somebody. But I'm cool with it. I kind of hope Dariush wins. I don't know. I mean, I like Moicano, but I low-key want Dariush to like. I like Dariush. I don't know. He's a weird guy, but I think he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. Manel Cap versus oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo, it's Horsebeef. Shout out to Horsebeef MMA. Brandon Royval versus Manel Cap. I got Manel Cap, I think, in this one. Pantoja is the most deserving champ of a super fight, but they book. I agree. They should have done Merab versus Pantoja too. I agree. They should have done Merab Pantoja too. I know Pantoja said in an interview recently, like he's not that interested in moving up because he wants to be like the flyweight GOAT. He said, which is cool. Like respect him for saying that because like a lot of guys are kind of like they only are thinking about moving up. Like, do you guys remember when Sean O'Malley, like, when he won the title, he was like, yeah, I'm going to defend against, I forgot what he said. I'm going to defend against Shido, and then I'm going to face Ilia Topuria. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? He just won the belt, and he was talking about fighting Ilia Topuria, which, looking back, I think Ilia would have probably put him in a body bag. That's actually an interesting sort of, like, what-if fight, huh? Because, like, Nah, Ilya would have. That's not even a big what if. I think Ilya would have like destroyed him. Now I'm thinking about it, but it is interesting to think back on it, like, because that fight was a real possibility a couple of years ago. Because when Ilya first won the belt, and if O'Malley would have beat Merab, there could have been an argument there for O'Malley versus Topuria. There could have been like something there actually, which is kind of crazy to say now that like Ilya's moved up and O'Malley's like just lost, but it's so interesting. I think O'Malley would have done okay, but he would have been caught eventually, is what I think would have happened. I think he would have been very, very patient and very like on the outside. Because I think he's a better boxer than Max Holloway. But I think eventually Topuria would have caught him. He would have cut the ring off or the cage off. I think he would have used a lot of low kicks to try to slow down O'Malley. I think he would have mixed in his wrestling as well. And I think O'Malley would have slowed down in the later rounds, and I think Topuria could have finished him in like rounds 3 or 4. Ilya could take him down too. That's probably a nightmare fight for O'Malley. He could wrestle him as well. Yeah. He would have probably ragdolled him a little bit too, to be honest, because I don't think O'Malley, unless O'Malley would have bulked a little bit, I don't think O'Malley would have like been that strong against Ilya moving up. O'Malley is a pretty skinny guy, so he's strong. Obviously, he's a strong guy. Like he got up from Merab's takedowns and he can defend pretty decently. But damn, that would have not been a great fight for O'Malley. I think the low kicks, the wrestling, the body as well. Yeah, Ilya would have probably. But it would have been cool to see, like on paper, it would have been cool to see that though, like Topuria versus O'Malley. Like at the time when both guys were coming up, it would have been cool. But looking back, it probably would have not been. Underrated opinion: Manel Kape is overrated. Manel Kape is overrated. I think Manel Kape is one of these guys that in one fight he'll look like literally Superman, and then the other fight he'll look like Robin. Like he'll look like a peon. It's like, look at this. I mean, the Asu Amabayev fight, it's like, okay, I poked the shit out of him, but also it's Asu Amabayev, and it's Bruno Silva he beat. None of these names are like that impressive. Mokaev, he lost to. I know he was injured. He beat Felipe dos Santos, but like, yeah, like, you should be finishing Felipe dos Santos if you're high level. Like, Pantoja finishes Felipe dos Santos. Moreno finishes Felipe dos Santos. I know he's a tough guy with a good chin, but, Dvorak, you have a decision against. Who the hell is it? Look at this guy's hair. Zhalgas Magula. What happened to this guy? What do you think about Mokaev? I feel like he should have stayed in the UFC. I don't know. Yeah, so that's a good question. I feel like Mokaev should have not been cut. They cut him actually. He didn't leave. They cut him, and I feel like that he should have not been cut. It's one of those things where like, okay, Dana claims that he was like abusive to the staff backstage. He was abusive to the staff. Backstage, and I don't know. Maybe he was very hard to work with. Maybe he was turning down a lot of fights. I don't know. But I still do think, like, now they should re-sign him. You fired him. You set the precedent. You taught him a lesson. But I say now bring him back. Maybe even on a pay cut if you really want to do that. If you really want to rub the salt in the wound, bring him back. Maybe on a pay cut. Make him fight like some bottom. Make him fight Joshua Van or something. I don't know. I still think he should be. I think he's boring, or I think he was boring. Even though he had some good submissions, I think he was boring in those last couple of fights. And that definitely didn't help. Like, think about it. If he fought like Manel Kape or like Brandon Royval, he would have not been cut. Like, they don't care. Look at John Jones. John Jones is allowed to beat his wife. He's allowed to, traumatize his kid. He's basically allowed to just do every crime imaginable. Pop for steroids, and they didn't fire him, not once. But Mokaev is mean to some freaking staff members. We're gonna cut him. There was probably more to the story as well, to be honest. There had to be, but they should bring him back. I think he just got a KO in karate combat, so shout out to him. He's been undefeated since leaving the UFC, I think. Roman Kopylov, Paulo Costa. Roman Kopylov is good, but he's a little bit overrated. A little bit. Like, just a little bit overrated. He's good, but he's a little bit overrated. You know what I mean? Like look at you, like the Chris Curtis fight was like a KO, but it was close, and also that was a really bullshit stoppage. Look at when this was stopped. 4 minutes and 59 seconds. Who stops a fight with 1 second in the fight to go? And Chris Curtis wasn't even like flatline KO'd. It was like he was just dropped, I think, or he was like on his knees. Pause. He beat Cesar Almeida via split. Hernandez, he lost. Fremd, he KO'd. He KO'd Ribeiro. I mean, he's pretty good. He's not overrated, to be fair. I mean, these are pretty good wins. To be fair, actually, he's not overrated. Look, I mean, he's got a bunch of KOs. He lost to Albert Duraev. How do you lose to Duraev? You think Kopylov is winning? I agree. I do think Kopylov is winning. I just think he's a little bit overrated, but I think he's winning. I think Paulo Costa unless Paulo Costa goes out there and decides to just start swinging like a marauder, he's not going to win, man. He has to be aggressive to win this. If not, Kopylov is just going to piece him up on the outside. He can come in when he wants to, pause, and he can land decent shots. He's got enough power to keep Paulo Costa back. Costa has just been too patient recently in his last like 2 or 3 fights. He's not done enough, so. Jack Hermansson, Gregory Rodriguez. Yeah, this is a good fight. I like this fight. Good fight. Great fight. Jack Hermansson, the GOAT, is back. Jonata Diniz versus Justin Tafa. What are we doing here, boys? What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing, man? Why is this guy still got a job? How? I'm sorry. I don't mean to say people should lose their jobs. But how is this guy still signed to the UFC, but Mokaev has to get cut? Jairzinho Rozenstruik just got cut. Bruno Silva just got cut. Now he was kind of shit now, but a lot of names they've cut pretty easily. They just cut people. Somebody could be on a 2-fight losing streak, they'll cut them. But then Justin Tafa hasn't given us a good fight in years. Look, he's on a 2-fight losing streak. Oh, he beat Lane, though. He beat Lane. What's his name? Austin Lane or Justin Lane, whatever his name is. He beat Parker Porter. And he beat Harry Hunsucker in 2021. Oh, my God. This guy's a marauder, guys. He beat Vivian. I mean, I was going to say, he beat Vivian Araujo. He's not John Jones. I don't know what their thing is with Tafa. Yeah, what is their thing with the Tafa brothers in general? Like, Justin Tafa is the other one's Junior Tafa. I don't understand. I don't understand their thing with the Tafa boys. Vivian Araujo versus Tracy Cortez. Anyways, no, Tracy Cortez is so shit, man. I'm sorry. She is. I mean, like, I will say, I guess, beating Jasmine Juzevicius has aged pretty well, to be fair. But, like, the Rose Namajunas fight was awful. Damn, she's awful. She's kind of awful. If she was, like, dude, imagine if she was ugly, she would have no fanfare whatsoever. No fanfare. No one would care about her if she was hideous. Some people say she is ugly. I don't know, but I'm just saying, imagine if she was. And then, I don't know, have they announced anything for... Excuse me. What the fuck? I didn't even click that. What the hell? What the hell, bro? I'm stuck. Okay. $318. Let's see. Anything for $318. So far we just got Holloway Poirier. We don't even have a co-main event yet. All right. My guess, co-main event, Dan Hooker versus Justin Gaethje, or Dan Hooker, Justin Gaethje, maybe Yuri versus somebody. I don't know. For this card, I think we have this fight, and we also, I think, have Shara Magomedov, Nikita Krylov, Asu Amabai. Some good fights on here, to be fair. Some good fights on here, to be fair. Shara Magomedov is back versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Dude, who wins? I guess Shara probably wins via really shit decision. Barriault's tough, but I think De Ridder wins. I agree. I think Reinier De Ridder wins. I think he's gonna KO Whitaker with a jab. No, I'm kidding. I think he's gonna sub Robert Whitaker in the third round or something, or just win like a really really nice decision. I don't trust Robert Whitaker to win, not to win fights, but I don't know, man. Like Reinier De Ridder is just tough, and he's like got a good chin, and he's got good ground game. He's got power on the feet. He's dynamic. He's got a good clinch. I just don't know, man. Can Robert Whitaker hang with these younger guys? Like, I know he's not that young, Reinier De Ridder, and I know Whitaker's not that old, but if this was a Strickland fight or like a Izzy fight, by the way, it seems like they're doing Izzy versus Strickland because apparently Reinier De Ridder said that Strickland is booked up. That's what he said because he said he wanted the Strickland fight. So, damn, man, Whitaker, Reinier De Ridder. I don't know, man. Abu Dhabi cards are always stacked. Yeah, man. But guess what we get in America? We get Blanchfield versus what's her name? Macy Barber. Nikita Krylov is back already against Bogdan Guska. Look at the European Anthony Smith. Dude, this guy looks like a big baby. He looks like an overgrown baby. I like Rodman, but I think he's done. He should be able to beat Ritter, but I just get this feeling. Yeah, like it's like he shouldn't be washed enough to where he loses to a name like Reinier De Ridder, but I worry, man. I just worry, and I'm going to trust my feelings, and I'm going to go with Reinier, man. But yeah, look at Bogdan. He looks like an overgrown baby. Sheesh, man. No eyebrow. Look at him, no eyebrows. Does he even have eyelashes? No eyebrows, no eyelashes. Sheesh, man. This guy. This brother. Asu Amabai. Look at this guy, too. Look at his face. Why does his face look like? Why does his blood look like that? He kind of looks like a Ninja Turtle. His face kind of reminds me of like a little Ninja Turtle or something. And he's facing the stronger version of him. He's facing the upgraded version of himself. He's literally facing like himself if he took like steroids. Ramazan Tamirov, literally. Didn't Ramazan Tamirov just KO Charles Johnson? No, he decisioned him. Jeez. Yeah, this guy is he's like the upgraded Asu Amabayev. He's from Uzbekistan. And then you got Ibo Aslan versus Billy Alakena. I got probably Ibo Aslan in that one. Let's keep going. How do they have so many fights for Abu Dhabi, but then one fight for 318? Though to be fair, I think I saw a couple of fights announced for 318 like on Twitter, but I don't think they're like official yet. And then Duplessis Chimaev obviously has just the main event, I'm assuming, and that's it. My prediction for this co-main event, it's gonna be United Arab Emirates. What is that? I've never seen that. I guess the co-main event will probably be. Let's try to get Yuri. On here. Let's do Yuri versus Oldberg co-main event, or let's do maybe. It's in Chicago. It's in America. Let's try to get Prates on this card. Let's try to get Rufi maybe or Gene Silva. Some guys should be back around this time, so you could stack this card pretty well. You don't have to stack it like crazy, though, because it is a really big main event. I think 318 got Brendan Allen, Vettori. You're right. I forgot about that. You're right. Yes. Brendan Allen, Marvin Vettori. I actually like that fight a lot. I actually really like that fight. I really, really like that fight. I got Brendan Allen in that one. I think Vettori is good, but I think Brendan Allen is dynamic enough to beat him. Even though he's such a dumbass, he's the type of guy to lose. He's the type of guy to lose to Marvin Vettori, but I still think he could beat him. It's the battle of the meatheads, you know. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for that fight. That fight, and they have beef, I think, too. UFC Hall of Fame induction ceremony, T-Mobile Arena. UFC X, June 27th, 28th. UFC 3. I got a shit like really bad. What the fuck? Actually, unironically got a shit. But yeah, what the hell? I think I don't know. I think Brendan Allen Marvin Vettori is a good fight. I think these cards coming up are pretty good. I gotta say, the UFC, they're kind of cooking, man. The UFC are cooking, brother. UFC Mexico. UFC Mexico. What's gonna be the main event of this card, huh? I'd say probably, if I'm booking the UFC, the fighters, look, they gotta listen to me, right? Main event. Oh, what do we do? Volk for Yair Lopez? I was gonna say Yair Lopez is the co-main. Yair Lopez is the co-main. Main event. I kind of want them to do Volk versus Evloev, because like when you think about it, unless you're gonna do Pereira versus Ankalaev in Mexico, no, that's weird. I mean, you could. That'd be really random, but you could. Unless Pantoja beats Kai Kara France, or Kai Kara France beats Pantoja, then you could do Kara France versus Moreno, maybe. But even then, it's kind of like, I think Manel Cap, if he wins, deserves it a little bit more. It's tricky, huh? It's tricky. You could do Volk Evloev, but then I could see them doing Yair versus Volk, which is so undeserving, but I could see them doing it. I could picture them doing it. Yeah, Evloev, Volk, and Yair Lopez. I think that's what I would do too. I know Yair Volk. I mean, I know Evloev Volk in Mexico is kind of funny, but you know what? Fuck it. Yair Volk in Mexico. Co-main event, Diego Lopez versus Yair Rodriguez. Wait, what did I say? I said Evloev Volk. Co-main event, Yair versus Diego. With the return of Cain Velasquez versus, let's say, Tom Aspinall. And no, I'm kidding. I don't even... What other Mexican fighters are there? Since UFC hates Evloev, I could def see Yair getting a shot. Yeah, you know. The UFC hate... You know what? The UFC definitely hates Evloev. Like, they try to offer him Aaron Pico, and he turned it down, and it's kind of like... I understand why he would turn it down, but the UFC are not happy that he turned it down. Let's be honest. Like, that was supposed to be a Fight Night main event. He turned it down. Now they're probably like, hey, buddy, you want to turn down fights, buddy? The kid didn't want to fight. You know how Dana is. They're probably going to make him... They're going to make him fight fucking Aljamain Sterling in a 5-round rematch in the Apex. I don't know. I don't really like Evloev as a fighter. He's pretty boring, but he should get the shot. Like, he's deserving of a title shot. You know, no matter how I feel about him or whatever the case may be, who cares? Like, he's the number one contender. He's the deserving contender, you know? Even if the fans hate him, because he has more haters than supporters, still, like, he should still get the title shot. So it is what it is. I don't really like that he's sitting out, though. Like, I think that's kind of... my nose. My nose is so itchy. I think that's kind of like soy, but nonetheless, shout out to him, I guess. I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's about it. We did our predictions for the Apex fight, and those are pretty much all the cards. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go record probably a video on Ilya and Islam, you know, their beef on Twitter. I thought that was pretty funny. I might record a video on that. I got a video dropping on John Jones. Funny enough, John Jones, probably tomorrow morning. I'm going to go edit that as well later tonight. So, lots of videos to do. We just hit 1K subs. So, that's pretty cool. That's amazing. I feel very blessed. And, yeah, shout out to everybody who stopped by. All right, bet. Sounds good. I'm going to tune in. Yeah, make sure you tune in. So, yeah, tomorrow I'll be dropping a video on John Jones. It's gonna be, well, I'd like to say it's gonna be a good one. I mean, I'm gonna edit it like crazy. I've got I was recording like a good skit for it as well yesterday, so there's gonna be like some skits in it and everything. It should be good. It should be good. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Thank you guys all for stopping by. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Become a member if you'd like to. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it, guys. Peace and God bless you all. And thank you guys. And yeah, peace.